Hello there, welcome to another video of Nerdy Tech Tips channel. Today I will be showing you how to overclock your GPU in a best way possible while keeping the temperatures under control. So let's get started. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Okay, so our first step is to actually download the software that I really like. It's called MSI Afterburner. You can Google this term. Well, I'm using DuckDuckGo. You can also Google it. It will work better for you. And once you're on the website, all you need to do is, I will show you what it can do. It'll basically work on any card. You don't need to worry about that. It might only work on MSI cards, but it works on all the cards, AMD and also Nvidea. Here is the software Combustor. I will recommend you to download this because you might want to run some benchmarking after overclocking to hit the sweet spot where your graphic card isn't actually crashing or your PC is not shutting down. That's what usually happens. So over here we're going to download 64-bit because I'm using 64-bit Windows here. I don't recommend you to download beta version of this software. Always go for just a trusted one that they have actually trusted and has experimented on it. So hopefully they're both downloaded. I need to look for where they have been downloaded. So as you can see, we have downloaded MSI Afterburner and MSI Combustor. I'm going to select and extract all and install it, run it as administrator. Over here on this screen, you can see the Route static server. This is how you pronounce it. Pardon my English, but this is basically to display what frame rate you're getting, or if you like to do that, if you want to check the performance of your card while you're overclocking, I will recommend you to leave this checkbox. Otherwise, you can untick it. I always keep it ticked so I can see what's going on in the background. It's a very useful way of doing things. And you go ahead and click next and install it. I'm not going to run MSI Afterburner right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and look for Combustor that we have downloaded. This is a little program that will allow us to run benchmarking to make sure our overclocking is stable and we have hit the sweet spot. Every card is different. Not every card can achieve a similar performance. For an example, what I'm talking about is, let's say I've got Gigabyte 2080 Ti. Whatever performance mark I am able to hit or the overclocking limit I'm able to reach, you might not be able to reach the same sweet spot. It might be a little bit less for you or it might be a little bit more for you. That's better if it's more. So we have installed both of them. First we're going to run is MSI Afterburner and have a look what it looks like. And there we go. You might be looking at a different skin of this MSI Afterburner. Don't get confused. Basically, you will have the same options: GPU clock, memory clock, voltage, and temperature. It is the information that you should be looking at. What we can do is we have few options here. We can increase the power limit and we can decrease the power limit. We will come back to that later. We're going to touch this once we hit the sweet spot. I don't recommend to touch this in the beginning because otherwise you might get a lot of high temperatures without even reaching the sweet spot. So let's see. This is a core clock. This is the one that is most important. If you make any changes here, the changes will reflect in this whenever you run any GPU intensive task. So this is a memory clock. I don't usually touch that because I don't know, it keeps giving me memory errors and my system crashes. So if you're able to touch this and increase GPU memory clock, you can. I might be able to do it, but I don't recommend doing it. If you're still confused with your screen, I will recommend you to look for this gear icon, click on settings, and then we are going to see user interface. Find a user interface, change the skin here if you would like to. There are few of them. The one I'm using, MSI Touch of Modern Afterburner skin by Derek's Design. This is the one. This is the last skin on the list right now. So if you want to use this skin, you can go ahead and do that. We're going to hit OK now. As you can see, I just opened up that window. You can see the memory clock, or not the memory clock, you can see the GPU clock was a little bit fluctuating. We are going to make it fluctuate a little bit more. Let's run MSI Combustor. We are going to hit preset 1080p. As you can see, what are the temps of my CPU and what FPS I am getting. It's currently giving me 72 FPS. Now you might be wondering, it is very low FPS because I'm using 2080 Ti. I shouldn't be expecting that with the i9. The reason why I'm getting that low FPS is because I'm using screen recording. If you're using a screen recorder or anything in the background while you're gaming, you will see the drop in your frames. As you can see, it was not crashing. The maximum GPU clock I was able to reach was 1830, if you would have seen that when I minimize Combustor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the GPU overclocking by 40. You can either type here or you can use the slide arrow. You can type it or you can use the slide arrow. So I've used 40 and you can do the same and run 1080p test again. See if we can get any gain at all. Not really a big difference. The lowest one was 72. It's still stuck on 72. And maybe give it a big bump. But I will recommend you to do 40-40. Well, I know I have done this before a lot of times, so I'm going to give it a bump of 150. And you will see the temperatures will go high and my PC fans will start ramping up. That's why I have taken the half of the casing. It is pretty much open right now, so it keeps the temperatures down. That is one thing that you want to keep in mind. I'll keep the benchmarking running. How about that? And it's stuck on 24. I don't know why. So I'm gonna manually slide the box and click on apply. We will notice a little bit bump. Okay, it might not be a big difference, but it will be a little bit difference. Better than before, and you can see it's reaching the highest point. Now you can see the big bump. From 72, I'm getting 97. That's a good thing, right? Now you might be wondering, I'm using 2080 Ti. Why I'm not above 100 plus? The reason being is I'm using a screen recorder, and whenever I'm using a screen recorder, I see a drop. So that is the reason why I have low FPS. As you can see, we increased the core clock, our fans are ramping up, and our temperatures are going high. So let's see if we can go a little bit more. I know it is able to handle at least 229. And I'm going to click on this tick and hopefully everything stays good. And now it is giving us 97 frames. Since it is being limited, it should go high because of the temperatures here. I'm going to uncheck auto and increase the fan speed, and you will hear the fan spinning and ramping up. Then the next bit is, if you're reaching 80 plus temps, or if you're going above 90 and you're still not crashing, it's not good. Your GPU is going to die. Your GPU is going to die. So what I will recommend, to play with power limit. Alright, if we play with power limit, this is how power limit works. Okay, if you increase this, you will see increase in your performance. Okay, right now, let's say if we increase it to 109 and we click apply, you will see increase in the temperature. You're seeing increased FPS. Not much, not big deal. Okay, if you're getting a good FPS already and you're seeing your temperatures are going really high and you don't really like that, I usually like to keep the temperatures between 60 to 70. It's above 70, I'm not really comfortable with that, because with the touch of this GPU, it's pretty hot. I can't really touch, and that is the reason sometimes if I play Call of Duty Warzone It even goes above 80. So I don't like that. What I do is usually I decrease the power limit to 90 to keep the temperatures down. I do lose some FPS, but my overclocking is still there. I don't lose much of these. See, I was getting 103 or 105. Now I'm getting 196. It's like 9 to 10 FPS loss, which is acceptable. I don't mind. At least my CPU is running between 60 to 70 Celsius. It's kind of undervolting when I'm not even touching the voltage, but I'm limiting the power usage. So this is how I do overclocking. Let me know in the comment section below, how did you find this video, and has it been useful for you? What did you use it for, to control the temperatures or just to basically overclock your GPU? And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. Peace.